Okay, Jets, it's time to play conspiracy theories. There's no shortage of stuff exactly like this around the internet with people saying the big crash, it's about to come, blah, 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 blah. This time I really mean it. Well, I've called a top before, so I might as well call it again. But this one, there's got some stuff in it you would not believe. Just doing a standard clickbait there. This is the S&P monthly log scale going back, what's that, 50 years? 75. And, really this long-term trend here, you can take out a bit of the noise here and that one, that was kind of crazy. But, ba-ding, it's the top of the range, right? Let's face it, two out of the last times it's been here, right? It's turned. The other time, of course, it ran right through, right? And much bigger than any of the turns. It came back to it, right? But let's just say, and here it can stay on that top trend line for a while. So I don't know whether it's going to do this little sucker. That was 87. Whether it's going to do this is kind of leading into like the .com thing. I don't think it's going to do that. If nothing else, it came from a higher base, whereas here we came from like a lot lower base, right? Could it do this? Oh, look, I think it could. And I think that is probably a bit more likely, but there's certainly signs of this going on. Anyway, I guess a couple of things to keep in mind, right? We can see here, like, this is like monthly overbought, Monthly overboughts, I guess you can take them with a grain of salt because of the time frame. But from this point to that point, it's about 4 years. Right? Similar to here, like from this point where it started to get overblown to where it kind of rolled off, that's like 95, that's like 4 years. Here, similar thing, when it was overbought here and it started, I guess, that move up, that's like another like 4 years. So these things, the lead up to that, kind of good 4 years in the making. This time, 4 years in the making. This one was like, shorter, but certainly at the top of the range for 4 years. This one overbought, it's been going on for like 4 years. So there's a few things that kind of says, it could well be coming to the end of its life. And another one, if you just look at, this, little trend in here, it's, it's matching up to the ding-dong here as well. That's just rubbish commentary from this software I'm using. And that's a similar dynamic to really what happened here. All right? You can see it was a mega bullish channel in an overall bullish channel. Now, the important thing is what kind of pullbacks should you brace yourself for. 87, 35%. .com, that's like 49%. The GFC, 55%. And these are big ones, right? Where it's really come off these monthly overboughts, right? This one, we thought it was big, 32%. It was actually the smallest of the lot, right? And if you just knock off the noise at the bottom, 24% versus 53% here, versus 47% here. That's 32% there. So it's sizable, but not major, right? In the scheme of things, right? When you look back like 50 years, 45%, which is more in line with some of these other ones. That takes it to the bottom of the channel. That would be a real shocker, right? 2,500. Can you imagine the windows blowing out there? Even like a 30% one takes it to like 3,300. There's a good chance of that happening sometime in the next week or a couple of years. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you, which is something I've talked about in another video, which I haven't seen anyone pick up on, and I think tonight is a big one, which is in the US on the 17th and 18th of each month for the past 4 months, there's been a seller in the market who's done a lot of selling over the 17th and the 18th. Now, the reason why some of these dates don't exactly match up is because it's just like Australian time zones and just a bit of noise in the candles. But when you look at it, so I'll break it down even further, right? This is like in June. In August. All right. By the close of trading on the 19th, right? If we get the time zone right. So basically, I guess another way to put it, when the 19th opens, right, which is this, like the 19th trading session in US time, which is 11:30 Australian time on the 19th. So our midnight here on the 19th is the close of trade on the 19th. That's when all the selling is all done, and it just starts coming back. And here you can see it's like it's on the 17th and the 18th, big thing, and then it kind of turns. Like the 19th is done, the 20th it's all starts kind of streaming back, right? I guess this is probably the better indication. This is the wee hours of the 19th Australian time, so the close of trading on the 18th in the US, right? So this, once the 18th cash trading session is done, it moves over, right? Similar over here, right? We can see where this one is, right? That's, the 18th was 17th and 18th over Saturday and Sunday, right? But it means on the 19th, right, the new day, that's when it's all the buying starts coming back. Similar here, right? That's the 19th there, not there. That's the close of the 18th. That's the beginning of the 19th. It's all north from there. The previous 2 days, it's down. This is where it starts coming back, right? That's the bull candle. It's back. These 2 days, that's when it's been selling off. Similar here. This is on June, right? So surprise, surprise. That's the close of trading on the 18th US time. So 5:30 in the morning, that's when the candle ends, 2-hour candle. In Australia, the next trading day, which was a Monday, it's all on, right? It's back. Previous 2 days, it's been a sell. Here, this one, same, exactly the same thing, right? Where 19th, 11:30 at night, that's the start of the new trading day in the US. It's all on, right? It's all buying. The close for those previous 2 days, that was the weakening close. In the last 2 days, it's been kind of selling off, right? Those 2 days there. This is a bit different because it had a sell-off leading into the prior 2 days. But for all these 4 things, you can see the selling finishes at the close of business on the 18th, right? And it's been 18th US time, and then it's back on. These sell-offs are all 2 to 3%. Now, the thing that's interesting about this one, of course, is we've already sold down to this trend line that it keeps, coming back to. When if, as I suspect, this seller's got more business to do, coming over the Friday, the 17th, and then it'll be something like the 19th on the Monday because of the weekend. So the Friday trading days in the US and Monday, that's when I suspect this seller is going to come through. They could push it another 2.5% to 3% lower, which is what they've been doing here. Right, that's 2.8% there. That's just those 2 trading days. These 2 trading days, just over 2%. These 2 trading days, basically they're there, a bit more, at a little bit of a gap at the bottom. And here, those 2 trading days, a bit over 2%. So they could take it down 2% or more from that level, right? Okay, now let's make it middle, 2.5%. Now, if they do that, and they take out this low, and they take out this long-term trend line, that could trigger some interesting selling. Right? Now you can see here already this top, it's gone up, it's rolled over, it's come back, it's tried to test this resistance line here, and it's bang on, right? So it is at a precarious level. And again, if we look at the weeklies, let's get rid of these ones. Boom, 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 boom. Right? We've already got like a turn here, like in the weekly candles. And as I said, if it goes down like another 2% from here, right, you know, that starts looking on this long-term trend a pretty interesting proposition for the end of this, or not necessarily the end, but certainly a pause in this massive move that we've had. And as you can see on the weekly, it shows a bit more clearly on the lines, right? You know, this is like a technical analyst's dream, right? If this thing cracks, because it's got these, this ascending, triangle, and going all the way back, and it's just starting to break under. Another 2 or 3% on there, that's going to take it under, and that could really trigger some fun and games. And again, if you look at the RSIs, it's overbought up here, and we've had this flat RSI despite really good strength. So there's a few things that come into play. There's quadruple witching hour as well. A few of those things that come into play, which to me mean today and Mondays, and Friday and Monday US trading sessions, going to be really interesting. I'm short, and I'm going to watch it pretty closely to see if it goes. And then the big one will be on Tuesday if it does go, whether it follows through or whether the seller's out and all the buyers come back. It's going to be interesting, the one to watch. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that, Jet Setters. That's my contributions to the internet conspiracy theories of the week. Ciao.